Planet of the Fakes and Pigstar HH News. Disclaimer. For awareness and educational purposes only. Kenneth Walker lawsuit claims, false arrest by LMPD, cites Stand Your Ground law. Louisville, Chi. Attorneys representing Kenneth Walker, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, who was at her home the night she was shot and killed by Louisville Metro Police, filed a lawsuit Tuesday asking a court to declare him immune from criminal prosecution under Kentucky's Stand Your Ground law. Attorneys Stephen Romines and Frederick Moore held a news conference at noon to discuss the lawsuit. Walker is suing Attorney General Daniel Cameron, Louisville Metro government and Mayor Greg Fisher, as well as 13 Louisville Metro police officers, former Chief Steve Conrad and Interim Chief Rob Schroeder. The lawsuit alleges LMPD officers threatened Kenny's life, illegally detained Kenny, interrogated him under false pretenses, ignored his account as corroborated by neighbors, and arrested and jailed Kenny. Officers from LMPD's Criminal Interdiction Unit went to Taylor's home on Springfield Drive in the early morning hours of March 13 to serve a search warrant related to a drug investigation. Police have said they knocked on her door several times and announced themselves before busting her door down. In an interview with officers from LMPD's Public Integrity Unit the night of the incident, Walker said he and Taylor heard someone beating on the door and asked who it was, but did not get a response. When police entered the apartment, Walker said he fired one shot, believing intruders were breaking into his girlfriend's home. "I was raised by a good family. I am a legal gun owner, and I would never knowingly shoot a police officer," Walker said Tuesday. Walker's attorneys claim he acted in self-defense and that his actions are protected by Kentucky's Stand Your Ground law. The law, the suit claims, protects all Kentuckians who seek to protect themselves or loved ones in self-defense. Kentuckians have no duty to retreat or submit to force. Walker was interrogated and arrested the night of the shooting and charged with attempted murder of a police officer the following day. "The charges brought against me were meant to silence me and cover up Breonna's murder," Walker said during a Tuesday news conference. In the lawsuit, Walker's attorneys claim SGT Amanda Seeley testified before a grand jury on March 19 that Walker shot a police officer while the police lawfully executed a search warrant but did not mention Taylor or Walker's statement that he acted in self-defense. He was jailed and then released on home incarceration 2 weeks later. It wasn't until May that the charge was dropped without prejudice. Commonwealth's attorney Tom Wine said then that he believed more should have been presented to the grand jury and the case would be dismissed for now. He also said charges could be re-filed. This lawsuit seeks to prevent that from happening. Romines claimed Walker's arrest was an attempt by police to justify Taylor's death. "It is still 6 months later and they're trying to determine what happened in that apartment," he said. "They arrested Kenny after what they say happened after about 3 hours. The reason why is because that fit their narrative." Romines said ever since the charges against Walker were dropped, they've been concerned he would be charged again. This lawsuit seeks to prevent that from happening. Romines said Walker isn't going to be grateful that unlawful charges were dropped. "There has to be consequences to what they did. He went from laying in his bed, watching Freedom Riders, to the love of his life gasping for breath in his lap," Moore said. Romines also said it's entirely possible that the shot that struck SGT John Mattingly came from another officer instead of Walker. They said they won't know until they see the ballistics report, which has recently been received by the Attorney General's office. "We think it is much more likely that one of the 34 to 45 shots fired by LMPD is what struck Officer Mattingly," Romines said. The lawsuit also accuses officers of assault, battery, false arrest and more. Walker is seeking monetary damages as well, citing trauma, humiliation, indignity, physical pain, and mental suffering he suffered as the result of the shooting and his arrest. In a statement, a spokesperson for Mayor Greg Fisher said, "We've not seen the lawsuit and cannot comment on the specifics of pending litigation. But as the mayor has said, Breonna Taylor's death was a tragedy, and justice, peace and healing are what is needed for her loved ones and for our community. Thank you very much." Go to www.amher